Hi, fellow investors. This is Gloria, the pink-haired investor realtor from Indianapolis. And I haven't done one of these in videos in a while, but I just a little bit passionate about something this morning and wanted to hop on here and talk to you. So is there a market shift happening? Yes, there is. How is that affecting Indianapolis? It is affecting Indianapolis, but I feel like more in the upper end of our price range. And a lot of these price ranges that you guys are investing in the 100 to 150,000 type range and starter homes, it's really not changed a lot. So just to kind of give you an example, I have a homeowner couple that's been looking. It took us 3 months to find a house. We went out every single weekend for 3 solid months. We put in 11 offers. Sometimes we were still bidding up against 35 other offers. It was tapering down a little bit, like when we got to the end of Q2 into June and July, but we still were going up against 10 other offers. So the lower end prices in Indianapolis, we still have a severe shortage. So the prices really aren't going down that much. And yes, I know the interest rates are up right now. Some of you within the last few days have been telling me you're seeing like 7% interest rates, which just takes my breath away. But at the same time, I've been seeing these memes go around all the time that you need to marry the properties and date the interest rates. So what that means is, yes, eventually they're going to come back down again, but the house prices are not going to come down. So they're going to be where they are. Hopefully we're kind of steadying off a little bit, but I really don't see them dropping at all, unless, and this is something I have been seeing, that some of these houses, the owners were like, oh, we got this big bubble. I'm going to go ahead and price it really high and see what I can get. And I'm seeing that some of those are still remaining on there because they just kind of priced it too high for the condition in the area. So some of those, yes, we're seeing price reductions there. But for the most part, if it's priced correctly, prices are going to kind of just keep gradually going up in Indianapolis, probably not as high as they have been. According to the stats, they've been going up 13 to 20% year over year since 2020. Historically, we're typically about 5 to 7% in this area. So we're kind of thinking that they're going to go back to those types of levels again. So the big question is, can I, as an investor, still invest in Indianapolis? Yes, yes, yes. I personally am just like mad because I don't have more money. I don't have any more money. We've got too many projects going on. My husband and I have worked on 3 projects this year so far, and we have a flip that's going on right now. Those 3 projects we personally worked on. The flip we have a contractor working on for us. But my husband basically is putting the brakes on me, not letting me buy anything else. So I'm in here looking and I'm like, there's still houses I want to buy. And I really think they still would be a good deal. And so I kind of wanted to share some of those with you today. Today is July 20th. So this is kind of what's on the market today. A lot of you know that Eagledale is my favorite area. I actually have 2 properties there right now. It's an area that really, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so you can kind of see on a map what we're looking at. It's an area that was kind of built in the 50s and 60s. And as we've been renovating these houses, we've been finding they're the type that were, if you think that the type of houses they used to order from a Sears and Roebuck catalog, and they brought them in kind of prefabbed, and the walls were all done already and they assembled them on site. We're finding walls that are like 2 by 2. That's what the typical walls are in here. But I just love them because they're just so easy to renovate. Yes, the prices are going up in this area. I used to be able to find in this area for 60 to 80,000. Now the houses that need work on are about 100 to 120. So I'm going to give you some numbers on that a little bit. But the prices are also going up in rent. So first of all, let's talk about the area. So Eagledale, you can see that big green square. That is the Indy 500 track. So if we zoom in just a little bit, you can kind of see this area from 30th to 38th Street and from basically from High School to Lafayette. Some of this area over by High School Road is Speedway School District, and so the prices are a little bit higher right now. But you can see that there are 8 properties that I found for sale in the Eagledale area right now. So let me tell you a little bit about my properties. So My Norfolk property I bought 2 years ago for $106,000. Hadn't really done anything to it. I did have an insurance claim that I had a new roof put on it. And we got it refinanced this year before the interest rates started going up. And we got it refinanced at $150,000. Well, right after we refinanced it, my tenant moved out. So we decided to go ahead and renovate the inside of it. So that's what I've been doing this month. That's why I've been so busy. But we went ahead and gutted the kitchen and then just did vanities and toilets in the bathroom. And then we did all new paint and all new flooring all the way through the house. So that one is 1,250 square feet. It's 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. I was renting it for $975, thinking when my tenant moved out, hey, I'm going to raise the rents to $1,100. That'll be great. While I was renovating the house, I talked to the neighbor. She has exactly the same house and she's paying $1,300 a month. My other project that I was working on in Eagledale is my Allison project. That one's a little bit smaller. It's 950 square feet and it's a 3-1. So that's kind of typically what those are in that area. That one we bought for $95,000. It needed a lot of work. That's the one that had mold all up and down the walls, and you can go and watch my videos on that. Did a lot of work on that one. We gutted the whole thing, did new plumbing and electrical, all brand new kitchen and bathroom as well. So that one basically is a brand new house inside and out. We got it for $95,000. We put $30,000 worth of construction in it. Now remember, we did a lot of the labor ourselves, my husband and I and our 2 kids, and we hired a couple teenagers. We did get construction for electrical and plumbing and drywall and the siding. So those all things were done by regular contractors. But so your price as an on-estate investor would probably be a little bit higher on that. So just wanted to give you that caveat. Anyway, though, we then got it refinanced. So I used a hard money lender to begin with, and then I switched over to conventional financing. Both of those lenders had it appraised at the end, and I got an appraisal for $162,000 on both of those. So that would happen in March. So that's this year. So that's what the after repair value is on these little Eagledale houses now, $162,000. Also, while I was renovating, I literally had 4 people knock on the door and ask me when I was going to put it up for rent. I rented it temporarily to one of my clients while they were looking for a house for 3 months, and they've been paying $1,150. So we're right about ready to put it back on the market. I'm thinking I might want to try to do $1,200 on a 3-1, 950 square foot house. You think that's unheard of, but honestly, that's what they're paying. I have a waiting list for this, and I'm going to have to honestly have kind of like a bidding war auction on all the tenants that want to live in this property. So let's look at these that are for sale. These are all ones that I literally would buy myself right now. So I have them in the list here. So if we look here, this 3519 Georgetown, it's a 3-1. It's got a 2-car garage. Built in 1958, it's 925 square feet. It's almost the exact same house as my Allison project. It's for sale for $117,000. I talked to the agent, he owns it. He's a guy that I know that's another realtor in the area. He just thought he'd put it out there because he doesn't have enough time to get this fixed up. But he was gonna do the same thing I did with my Allison project. Again, I haven't seen the inside of this one, but it has a tenant living in there. I really don't think it'd be much to get it refreshed. If you wanted to leave it in the as-is condition, you could probably get, $1,000 to $1,100 right now. West 28th Street, I went and saw this last night. It says 3-1.5. It's actually 4-1.5. So it's a 4-bedroom house, 1,368 square feet. You can see it's a lot bigger than all the rest of them there. And it's on the market for $130,000. Another contract fell apart, but it was no fault of the seller. They had the inspection report. I looked at this house last night. The furnace is good, water heater is good, AC is good. Roof's going to need to be done eventually, but honestly, my opinion on roofs is leave them alone until they start leaking. And then see if you can get an insurance claim sometimes. On these little houses too, they're not that much. So like the little 950 square foot houses, you can get those done for like $5,000 to $8,000. The ones that are a little bit bigger, $8,000 to $10,000. And if you kind of, spread that out over 30 years and then the house is good, to me, that's not a huge expense. 28th Street does need siding. It needs all new paint and all new flooring throughout. I think you could get away with the kitchen and the bathrooms the way they are, or if you wanted to fix them up, you would get much higher rents. The person that has this one rented is a property manager. I talked to him a little bit and I'm like, realistically, what could you get for rents on this one? And he said he thinks he could get 1,400 to 1,600. 130,000, put a little bit of work into it. It's a no-brainer. So you can see the rest of these are like 140 to 150. That's kind of what I'm seeing in Eagledale now, if they're in livable condition. But again, these houses, you're going to be able to get the smaller ones, 1,100 to 1,300, the bigger ones, 1,300 to 1,500. So, and honestly, leave them if you can. Some of these you can see where's my days on market. Some of these are a little bit longer on days on market. So those, you may be able to talk them down a little bit. But still at the same time, I never thought that Eagledale was going to be an appreciating market. You're not only being able to cash flow in Eagledale, you're also being able to appreciate as well. So no, our prices aren't the 60 to 80,000 that we were seeing 2017 to 2019. This is what the prices are now. I don't see them going back down, but I also see the rents coming up. And I think that it's still a good chance to hop into the Indianapolis market. So this is just a little snapshot of my favorite neighborhood of Eagledale. If you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me an email, send me a text. I'd love to write some offers for you. So again, it's Gloria, pink-haired investor realtor from Indianapolis. My number is 317-750-4998, or you can email me at gloria@gearregroup.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day.